Almost everybody's got one of these keep calm things on the Filofax, and I've got Bette Midler from Hocus Pocus, and I don't know if you can see that, but it says keep calm and I am calm, which is very me. The very first thing you see on my Filofax is this front page, which actually comes with the Fusion. I really like it. It's cream instead of white, so it's quite a nice, I don't know, it just looks very classy. I like it. It's very graphic and simple, and yeah. So I left it in there, and I put on my This Books Belongs To with my contact information. I'm not showing you anything that's private in there. That's just my name, my work mobile and my work email. So I've got this is the frosted ruler that comes with the Fusion, and it's okay, but I don't really like it. You can see through it, but you can't read much through it. It's kind of annoying. I don't like anything visually in the way. So this is the 2013 version of the personal ruler. I'm not big on it. I don't really like it, which is why it's in my to-do section. My next divider is my diary, and I've got Morticia Adams pastels, and the joke with that is it's a bit obscure, but I have these big paper clips, and I have one that's pastel pink, and I normally, if I've got anything important, I clip it behind that divider, so she has a pastel pink clip on her. But I put my clip down somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, I do. I took something out because it was bank details. I had some bank details for something stuck on the back of here. That's why I've taken it out. So again, this is the Black Cat steampunk spells and the chipboard stickers. And these are the dividers that come with the Fusion. You get the contemporary ones. So they're all greys and reds and rust browns and a beautiful pink, pumpkin one, which I really like. I love that pumpkin colour. But they're not like the manila tabs that you get, the cream manila tabs at all. They are paper. They are like construction paper. They're a bit thicker than Filofax paper, but they're like sugar paper. So rather than having to add tabs to this, what I did was just stuck this onto the front of the contemporary tabs because it matches, you know, it's a good colour scheme. And then I've got the diary stickers up there, and I've done those with Dymo, my little Dymo Junior. So I've got my diary. This is my personal diary. I don't write work stuff in here. The only I kind of do. I kind of write like YouTube stuff I've been putting on the sides here, and then personal stuff on the insides. I did put that one sticking out in for When Frogs Sing going live, purely because that was going to be that's a non-personal day when a class goes live. That's wall-to-wall work. So big reminders I put in, but I don't write, normal everyday work. That goes in my A5. And you can see I'm decorating it. I've got, I've kept a similar colour scheme throughout. These all mean something. I started decorating a little bit, but I hadn't really had a lot of time, and I've inked edges. I like the distressed look. I hadn't really had a lot of time. I was really just using it as a diary, and then I thought, hang on a minute, I'm wasting a lot of space here. Oh, this was accounts week. There was no personal that week. There was Do Your Roots on Thursday, but there was nothing else because I was doing the accounts. And then I thought, well, hang on a minute, I could start putting in photos and stuff. And I started, when I came back from Germany, I started using it as a kind of like my art journal. I've kind of not been using my Midori. I don't know why. I'm just having a few weeks off, I think. I don't know. But I've been journaling in this and I quite like it. So I'm still putting important information in, but I also, I put something in for my birthday, my friend's wedding day, I've got my moon phases marked in, I've got when I'm on holiday, I've got my, oh you can't see that, sorry, I've got these little sticky tabs that just stick out very slightly that mark off. I've got Imbolc and Beltane or Starroll, that all set up in there. I've been drawing in it, scheduling things, marking when the rent's due, all that kind of stuff. That's in there because it's covering some personal information that I have on that page. Then I started doodling and putting in my diary stickers. So me and Miss Maddie had a day off. There was a sticky note on there with my journaling on it, but it's wandered, so I have to rewrite that. The day Crow passed, I put a photo of her and Maddie, and just a rub on with Miss Kitty, and I journaled. All those people who keep asking me, how tiny is your writing really? That's how tiny my writing is really. Okay, oops. That's how tiny it is. In order to write any bigger, I actually have to make an effort. So, really tiny writing. Yeah, so like I say, journaling, I found this quote that I really liked, so I put it on one of my Sentimental Circus stickers that I have in the front there. I'm keeping records of, because I've got this jaw infection and stuff, I've been writing that in. I had this little card knocking about from, what's his name, Chris Larkin sent me this, and another one. It's one of, oh, as it happens, there it is. That's very strange. This is actually a gift card, so I will use that at some point. But this one was just a card that he'd signed on the back. So I put a photo of me in it, and my new hairdo when I got my hair did. I drew a little puppy and coloured him with watercolours. No, I didn't have any problem using the watercolours on the paper. Bear in mind when I say I don't have trouble using watercolours, I can watercolour on plain moleskin paper and I don't have any trouble with it. So, you know, I'm not the best judge of whether paper will hold up to whatever it is you want to do. I can tell you if pens bleed through it or not, but you know, I like I say, I can watercolour on this with no problem. So this is this week. So I started my week off with a coffee in the garden, so I used a little coffee cup sticker, put a little sun because it was a sunny day, the first one we've had in ages. Teddy bear was cute, so I put him there. I've got something about my flatmate there, so I put my house sticker there. That's my reminder to do the yard, which I did. So this is what I do with recurring tasks, rather than wasting the whole of that page. I just say, oh, I've done that this morning, so the next time I need to do it will be, well, I'm out tomorrow, so the next time I'll do it will be Friday. So I'll put it on my Friday one. And I stick it so that it sticks out a little bit, so that it's easy to find. So having done the yard this morning, that now means that I've got this space to write in. I have this is a cold laminating ID card, they're just sticky ones, and I wrote down my cleaning schedule for week 1 and week 2, and it alternates. So I've got, for instance, week 1 is clean studio lounge area, tidy bedroom closet, and then on the second week it's clean closet, tidy studio lounge area, so it alternates. So I do one thing a day, because I hate housework, so I have to schedule it or I wouldn't do it. This is the ruler that I prefer to use for my today marker. This is the 2006 version, it's the clear plastic one that comes with the Chino. My Chino here, whoops, which I'm using as an archive at the moment. It's got all my extra diary pages and all my previous diary pages. This was something I saw on Facebook. I thought I'd write it on a Project Life card. just a sketch I was playing with, and what I did was I took the Midori sketchbook paper. It's really nice to draw and paint on, and it's actually perforated, so you can take it out without destroying the rest of the book. Well, the rest of my book, as I showed you, is coming apart because it's got too much in there. So I thinned it out by taking out sort of every third page, and I thought, well, hey, I can just chop those down a little bit and put them in my moleskin, and then I've got something to draw on in my, put them in my Filofax, and then I've got something to draw on in my Filofax. And the bits that I cut off are these bits, which I've kept for just, writing notes if somebody wants my phone number, or I just want to write a little note or something, a little scratch pad reminder or whatever. I don't have to open up my Filofax. I've just got it in the front there. So, yeah, I like that idea. Kind of, I can keep moving her forward until I've finished her and just doodle on her when I feel like it. So, I've got some more recurring tasks. Blue is for household stuff, green is for bills, yellow is for stuff that I must do and not forget. So, for instance, this week is bin day, next week is recycling day, and I just leapfrog these, so when I've put the bins out for that day, I'll take it off and I'll put it on there, which is when it's due next. Same with this, once that's paid, I'll put it to next month. Birthdays I've written in. I've only got about 5 birthdays to remember, so I've just written them in the diary. This is a sticky note. Again, I found this and I thought, oh, that's really cute. I'll stick it on one of my pages. And then, of course, ideally this would be a journaling block, so I don't really want to write anything on here. So that's where I got the idea for using these sticky notes, that, well, if I put that there, when that's paid, I can move it and then that's blank. I've got a little gorgeous girl. I don't know where that came from. I think it came in a rack. But it was pretty and I like it, and stuck it in there. I'll find something to use it for. I'm using a little top tab there. That's these little kawaii Japanese sticker things, which I've actually got under here. They're called side notes. I've got about 4 different sets of them. And they are for, side its. You're supposed to stick them there, but I've got tabs there, so I put it at the top. It's just a don't forget reminder. And these were really cheap. I got them for like 50p a set off eBay. So, and there's, I think, 50 of each one, so I'm not in the slightest bit worried about using them up. So I'm quite happy to stick them at the top there. I doodled a picture of some library books, because that's the day my library books are due back. And that's it for my diary, really. I've got a couple of bits and pieces that I've booked in, but nothing, just like Mother's Day I've got highlighted and stuff like that. I've only got 3 months in here. I've been keeping 3 months in here at the moment. January, February, March. But obviously we're almost at the end of February, so I've put April's in ready, and I'll take January's out, or I might leave January's in. I've actually got enough room to put the whole year in, so I might do that, but I want to give my notes sections room to grow. This was a sticky tab for a appointment that is being rearranged, so rather than just throw it away, I just stuck it on my notes section. This is where I put future appointments, so anything that's happening after whatever this month is, I just put it on there, and then when I swap the months out, I've got a list there to put it straight in. The next section I have is notes, and at the moment I don't have notes in here. I don't keep notes in here. What I do is whatever I'm writing on, I put in here. So at the moment it's just excuse me, it's just paper. This is Gretel from Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, and it says, whatever you do, don't eat the candy, which I thought was appropriate for Valentine's Day. That's stuck onto a grey divider. Now I have been using these for various things. I haven't used the notes one because I thought I'm going to keep that in case I need an index or something like that. I've been using this one for sticky notes. I might put an index on this one, but you'll see later I've been using that for other things. So I've got a couple of sheets of my sketchbook Midori paper in here where I took it out of my Midori, obviously. A couple of bits of odd paper that I can use for lists or whatever. A few bits of lined paper. I looked at the thickness of 30 sheets of Filofax paper, and I looked at the thickness of a Midori lightweight notebook, and I went, hang on a minute, they're the same thickness. So instead of using Filofax paper, I've got Filofax paper because it came with the Filofax, but I'm using it up, and then I've taken out some Midori paper because I would rather write on this anyway. I like it, it's really nice paper. This is the lightweight one. I've got a sheet of lined paper underneath and on the other side, so you know I can write on both sides. It takes fountain pen, I don't have any problems with it. It's great for using notes because, like I say, it's, you know, if you look at that, how thick it is, there's like 64 pages there. There's no way you would get 64 pages of Filofax paper in that gap. It would be much thicker than that. So I really like this. It's like tissue paper, but it doesn't tear against the rings or anything like that. I don't have any trouble with it. And all I did was I chopped off like this much off the book while it was still bound. So that now I've got a little shopping list thing that I keep in my purse, or in my wallet Filofax. I use my notes section for what I'm working on now, so if I'm writing notes on something I leave it in here. When I've finished it I then file it into another section. I don't use this for notes because I would never be able to find anything. So this is really just paper and things that I'm currently scribbling down.